Hey everybody, this is the second content release taking VIP data out of standard iDig reports. And instead of cranking on those in Excel to try to get any insights for your sales team, we're uploading these into Tableau dashboards to get to very insightful and informative information for your sales team to really be able to drive their performance. In the first video, we looked at a higher level summary of kind of national regional sales. That got down to kind of the state level was the lowest. But now we're really going to drill into a specific geography. In our example, we're using San Diego County, and we're trying to get real pinpointed in where we can take action as a sales team in order to drive our performance. I think you're really going to like how this one looks. I think it's super informative. So let's get into it. Okay, cool. So here's our dashboard in Tableau. Let me get you oriented on it, and then we're going to play around with it to get to some insights. Similar to the first one we showed a few days ago, is we're able to select different time frames to compare against each other. We're also able to look at sales dollars or cases. Here, let's just switch to cases real quick so you can see what that looks like. But we're going to mainly spend our time on sales dollars here. And if we wanted to, we could also dive into an individual brand of beer. Maybe we'll show that also in this demo. Down below, your eyes have probably already looked at it, but we have a map. And this is really pinpointing every single address that we distribute to for this brewery. So that's pretty cool, right? I think a lot of places or a lot of breweries don't have this detailed level of insight down to each individual street address. Let me go ahead and just like zoom in so you can see what that looks like. We really get down to each individual store level, right? So that's pretty cool. I'm going to start just zoomed out here. This is San Diego County is basically what we have loaded in. Let's go out one more. Okay, cool. So you can start to see just from here, it's kind of a heat map of where are you selling your beers into. Similar to the one we looked at before, blue generally means good. So you're seeing growth in that area, and orange would mean bad. And then the size of the circle is the size of the sales, right, on the map. So we'll come back to that in a second. Next up, we're just seeing in general, we sold about $500,000, and that's down 9% from the period we were comparing to. And we selected that over here. We're looking at some long-term trends, so we can see in general, we are definitely down a little bit from kind of where we were trending in 22. Now we're going to break it down a little bit further. We have the main cities in the county. We're looking at the main classes of trade, breaking it down by each individual zip code, and then different chains. And again, similar to what we saw on the first dashboard, this is all interactive at this point, right? So let's just start to drill in and see what we can find. So maybe if we wanted to find a city that we wanted to target, if we kind of go down through the list, we see Escondido was down 27%. So that's a pretty big drop. So I'm going to go ahead and click on them. And now you'll see this filtered everything else for just customers in Escondido. So we can now zoom in and just kind of see what's going on here, right? I'm going to dive in a little bit further. So if we were looking here, we see supermarkets are who we sell the most to, and they're down 36%. So that's really not a good sign either, right? So let's go ahead and drill into supermarkets. And now we can see Vons and Albertsons are our two main ones. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on Vons, right? So now we're seeing there's 4 Vons stores in Escondido. One of them is down the most. So this might be one we go and call on and focus on first. They're down 47%. Somebody just kind of down the street is down 32%. So not quite as bad. So just wanted to show some capabilities. We started at kind of a high level, right? And with just a few clicks of the mouse, we're getting down to individual stores that are driving downturns in our sales performance. Okay, so let me back out of this. Instead of focusing on just kind of on the bad, let me zoom out again. Let's find some good news. So in this case, let's look at some Chula Vistas. Actually, you know what? Let's do the zip code down here. We'll show it a little bit differently. So now this is kind of San Diego proper, right? Kind of downtown here. So we're going to zoom in and check things out here. And in this case, we see we're doing actually really good with restaurants. Restaurant sales have been up substantially. And we could see from this trend up here, sales overall have been up really good. So that's a great sign, right? Now we could start to drill in specifically to individual restaurants if we wanted to. So Island Prime's doing really good. Mr. Moto Pizza looks like it's doing good. Here's another one. What this one's actually showing is we didn't sell anything last year. So this is like a brand new customer for us. And their sales are up really good too. So again, just a few clicks of the mouse and we're able to get to some of this really good detailed information. Let me just show one more capability here. Let's find a little cluster of customers. Let's just say we wanted to check these guys out over here. So we can also highlight specifically on a map, right? And now we're going to see over on this other part, we can see that this little group is actually up 6%. So they're doing better than kind of our fleet average. We can see, but supermarkets here are doing poorly, but we're picking it up in some of these other areas. And then finally down to each individual chain. So it's pretty cool, right? We start kind of high level, but at a region. So we can focus on really anywhere in the country. And we can go understand what our sales have been in all these different areas. And we can really start to drill down on individual accounts that if we spend more time getting these accounts up, it's going to impact the sales in the whole region. So I hope that was an interesting look for you. I'd love to run some of your data through a dashboard like this. Usually it's much more insightful when you're looking at your own data. So if you might think you might be interested in any of these capabilities in the future, please reach out to me, ask any questions. I can do some additional demos. And then really, it's really quick to run your data. We just have to run a standard iDig report. I'll give you all the parameters and filters you'll use on that, what fields. You download that, send it to me. And really in a matter of hours, we could get you and your team access to these really advanced capabilities. That'll help take you guys to the next level. All right, thanks for your time. Have a great day.